Can't help but chuckle and wonder what Rumor will have to say when he sees it.
And that's how the thing's gonna end.
But yeah, oh my god, Ty, that's so good. That's so good. Oh my god. Oh, and he brings the goats in. That's such a great touch. I love that so much. Oh man. And just waiting, I was waiting for like, oh god, is there gonna be like a freaking skeleton like jumping out? But it would be, there has to be something like screwed up and like magical and like happening here. God, her bursting into tree at the end is so insane.
Yeah, let's roll into let's say this is the post show chat. All right, we are in the post show chat. How you feeling?
Oh my god, fuck, oh Ty, I am so like just happy. What a wonderful world to get to play in. I am so excited to finally have like met the searchers and seen what their deal is, even though I barely understand what's going on with them.
Yeah.
It felt like I got to play in a slice of this like slice of life of this little circular world, and it felt really deep and strange. It felt dreadful and compassionate and sweet at the same time.
Yay, that's exactly what I'm going for.
Yeah. How did it feel to you?
It felt really good. I feel like in this last session, it's gone pretty late and pretty long, and like I feel like I was starting to trip over my words a bit. But other than that, this has gone perfect. I'm so happy with how it's been. Yeah, this has been a blast. I want to highlight the moment when we've talked. You've mentioned that you had plans for that during character creation. We said that that Rumor killed someone and did not regret it. And I knew that you had ideas for who that person might be, but I didn't know, but I had specifically told you not to tell me who that was. When you told me, just now while we were playing, I started like tearing up. I started like crying. It was really sad. And I don't know, when did you decide that? When did you just was that always the plan? Or because I thought I knew who you were thinking of, and I was very surprised that it was not.
Who did you think I killed?
I thought that you were going to say that there was a member of the Searcher family who you had tried to help and failed, and you're going to use that as like a connection to like know more about this family, potentially using it as like social leverage, or just or potentially knowing you to make your situation worse for yourself.
What about choosing all or nothing in character creation was sabotaging myself? I don't know.
Did that ever cross your mind?
No, absolutely not.
I was convinced that's what you were thinking of, because you had asked me multiple times. I think you were worried about stepping on my toes by making a character choice. And so I thought that you were worried about stepping on my toes by like defining too much about what your relationship is with the Searchers, and by establishing that Rumor had met them and therefore knew things about them. But I was totally fine to like work around that.
Oh, wow. No, I was leaning really hard on but when we got like a little bit like elbow deep into the mysteries, I was leaning more heavily on the other part of my backstory, the like lost ruins that I'd stumbled onto, thinking like, okay, maybe there's some way I can leverage that. Maybe they'd like want to go with me to where those were, and I can lead them into like a fluke nest. I had that.
Oh, that was so
I had that written down. I was like, maybe I could have fluke hormones on me. And we could try to like lure them or like cause an avalanche or something, you know. But no. The killing thing I always thought was going to be likely to be a problem for me, if anything. I didn't think about leveraging it so much. But then I think when you told me, no, go ahead, figure out who you killed. And I just sat down and was like, well, who is it going to be? It would make like character sense for it to be someone in Gray's family, just to inform like the complex, like all the fucked upness or the layers or whatever that are going on between them, or what's going on with Rumor, and maybe Brunt helped with that situation. But that it's just thinking about it, I was like, no, the important thing is the relationship between Rumor and Brunt.
Yeah.
Like that's driving the entire episode. So why does this lizard care so much about this guy other than like he's a nice guy?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
What I love about I was really worried that it would be shoehorned in at the end of like, by the way, this really screwed up thing happened.
Yeah.
I want to like mention it. But I love that the brave thing that Brunt did to help was not just taking the blame because like it would take the blame and like there was a crime in the mix. There's never a possibility. And Brunt wasn't like mad about it. It was the idea of being like, I'm an outsider. I can.
Yeah.
And like that bravery like felt even more like authentic. We're like, that's the kind of guy he is he's him being like, I'm okay with being more isolated than I need to be in my life here socially. Because I know that this would hurt your family. And it's like, that is actually like really amazing. And also maybe why he had to spend so much goddamn time with Justice and not other people.
Yeah. Gosh. I don't know how or if we are going to release it exactly, but Andrea, before Andrea and I started recording this final session, we recorded a bit of free play where we're just sort of acting out 3 different like moments in reforming the relationship between Brunt and Rumor, and that was such a fun and great way to open this session and like establish the emotional stakes for this. But during that, you mentioned the idea of like, oh yeah, Brunt has a wife or maybe a partner. I don't remember what you said during that bit, but you mentioned that, and I had mentioned to you before that like, I think you just said a partner or like a girlfriend or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I had mentioned to you before that it was important to me that at the time of this quest, Brunt is single. Brunt is not in a relationship, a romantic relationship. And so I was just like, oh, well, it's kind of sad that, you know, Brunt is interested in relationships, but, you know, 20 years in the future, he no longer is in one. And then when you like turn that around and like, and he, you know, he was married and he had a wonderful life, and she, oh God, it really hit me. It really hit me.
Oh man. He's a big sweetie.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's a good guy. I was thinking about this as a story, right? Like how, when it you know, like what would be the like strategic thing to do in this? It'd be not to knock on the goddamn door, right? Like that was not a good idea. But like, no, like also like it makes sense in game. It makes sense actually kind of in strategy. It makes sense given his like screwed up head and his marks that he would do that. But also for the story, we got to see what's in that. We got to get into the mill. We got to see what's going on. There's this driving mysteries. And until we got to the end of the story, I didn't realize like, oh, I guess it is kind of like a mystery. Like what the hell? Why?
Yeah.
Like why do we care? It's like, oh, okay. So that's the last mystery. There we go.
One important thing to say real quick. I will need to call it soon, so we're gonna give ourselves like 10 minutes to wrap this up.
Yeah.
I know it's tight. I want to point out that I had written like multiple ways that, you know, you might approach getting in, things that I might give you to, like, you know, if you're studying, if you're looking around, like ways you could potentially try to get into the place. And one of the like key things I thought you might try to do is to climb up the place, look for an entrance, like some sort of access point into the windmill itself, and then go down through the roof. And so when you were doing it the opposite way, I was like, yeah, of course there's going to be an exit thing, because I had thought that potentially would be your entrance. So I thought that was fun.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Did you make the connection that the god you had, or spirit or whatever that you had connected to, when I started describing exaltation, did you make the connection that that is the same one that they were attuned to?
So in my mind, they're attuning to one or several nature gods.
Mm-hmm.
And either exaltation just like gave herself into tree, and that, I mean, clearly the other tree in the house used to be a person at some point too. So I'm still confused. Obviously, there's like a lot of mystery still going on, which is dope.
Yeah.
Like this is atmospheric.
Yeah.
This is really, really atmospheric, Ty. It is great. But yeah, no, I'm looping together like something to do with like pre-loss, like druid spirit or something. Like, is that anything?
Yeah. There's some stuff going on there. Oh boy, how much do I want to like? We don't have a ton of time, so I'm like trying to think of how much I want to go into it. I feel like okay. I'm gonna try to give you. Oh boy, I don't know if I can do it justice in this. If I can do it justice in this amount of time, but the gist of it is that the Searcher family is searching philosophically, religiously for the lost gods, and
Right.
that is essentially the same thing that Congress Monastery has been doing. Congress Monastery, we've established over the course of the show, their like stated purpose is to locate and worship lost gods, like all of the gods, as many as gods as possible, to avoid the gods being found and used improperly.
Oh.
This is basically what that looks like.
Oh God. Okay.
So these figures, the Searcher family, has been trying to find as many gods that have so far been unclaimed by worshippers and bind them to themselves in some way and take their power upon themselves.
So what do they mean by friends from before?
Are
they
referring
not
to,
related to the skeletons?
They were referring to the skeletons. They were planning on using, whether this would have worked, who can say? But what the ritual they were trying to do would have involved sacrificing a undead skeleton, one of the friends from before, and someone from now, Brunt, and then communing with that.
Okay, well they had Brent, but they didn't have the skeleton. I'm really glad I didn't bring Jacob in there then.
You didn't take a close look at the baskets of acorns that were being prepared to be ground in the mill.
Oh no! When you mentioned the acorns in there, I was like, oh fuck, is there like skeleton dust? Oh no! All right, okay.
Yeah, and the other that is to say, the other basket that you saw was preparing another set for a second ritual that would have eventually included justice.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Wait, have they also been sacrificing their own people then, along with these?
Hard to say.
Skeletons.
Hard to say.
Okay. Well, then one of the things I was thinking, I was like, have Jacob walk up and knock on the door and be like, "Behold, a skeleton."
They would have been pretty happy about that.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Questions I had. Where's Justice?
Justice is gone. Justice booked it.
Asshole.
Yep, asshole.
What would have happened if I'd sprung into action that first night instead of going to sleep the way that I did?
Yeah, you might have been able to find Justice and Brunt before Brunt was taken away. You may have been able to conceivably, you may have potentially gotten caught alongside them.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was Justice trying to do? Bottle their magic?
Essentially, yes. I will add that there is the sort of spectral knife that he was summoning is, if this was a movie, then people would notice that although made of some sort of like ethereal essence, right? This knife bears a striking resemblance to the knife wielded by one Fair Landing.
Oh. Has Justice already caught a god?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was with the handshake, Ty?
He was trying to make a bargain with you. He was trying
This is a straightforward bargain.
He was trying to magically bind you.
Yeah. Never trust a guy who suddenly decides to be very formal.
If you had taken that and then you had ever had the opportunity to do what he did, then you would have been compelled to do it. And if you had not followed through, then it would have caused you a lot of problems.
Well, okay, someone's getting fucking fired is definitely what I'm thinking. At the very least. I don't know if you can tell me, but what would have happened if I'd gotten caught? I guess I would have been sacrificed along with the
probably
skeletons. I can't know at this point, did the tree come home with me, or what happened to her at the end that she just like did she mean for that to happen?
So she did not mean for that to happen. What happened there? You got a mixed success. Basically, you were able to attune to a force, but not the force that you were intending. So the intended goal still happened, but not in the way that you wanted it to happen. That's how I was interpreting the mixed results. So the tree, the god represented by that tree that you attuned to, it has made a way into your soul. It is like haunting you now. Mm-hmm. And when you accidentally were attuning to it at the same moment that Exaltation was trying to attune to it as well to like stop you two, it manifested itself entirely inside of her and like basically ripped her apart, turned her into this tree.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
I will say it doesn't have to be like that. These people were in many ways they were choosing how to manifest these presences, these gods, these spirits. So this force has not left Rumor's life. Rumor did not leave it behind. It will stay with him. And
I actually feel okay about that.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, so he's bringing home a god and a skeleton grad student. That's if Jacob comes along.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I feel much less bad about blowing them up.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, Exaltation was more or less trying to do what you accidentally did to them, to you.
Yeah.
But with that, I think we actually should wrap it up. This has been super fun. Thank you again.
This is such a joy. Thank you, Ty. This is a huge honor. I know how much work you put into this. I can't wait to see what happens next in this whole world. And thank you so much for having me on. This has been amazing.
Thank you very much for coming on. Bye-bye.
Thank you to the Joy Drops for the use of Not Drunk as our intro and outro music. Thanks to all of our guests, and thanks to you for listening. You can find us and say hi over at sidecharacterquest.com or by checking out our show notes for more links and information. If you're enjoying the show, drop a rating or review wherever you listen to podcasts, and we'll see you around. Bye!